Oh, good morning to everyone. Or it's not morning, it's my morning. I always do this. It's evening.
Yes, we can say
Hello,
good morning,
everyone.
afternoon, hello everyone.
Good
Yes,
morning, good afternoon, good evening.
yeah, yeah,
Is
yeah, yeah.
everybody
Yes.
coming in? Any time zone. Welcome.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, welcome everyone. So I think we should start now or wait a little bit, Mahmoud. What do you think?
I think people are joining now,
Still
so we
joining,
can
so can wait
yes,
for.
1 minute. Just give them one
Okay,
minute
Trickle.
until everything is okay, and I see they are joining. Yeah.
sure. Okay, I think we can start now. Hi everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. And we would like to welcome you to this webinar by Classera and Intel as part of the our monthly webinars on the Intel SFI. And I'd like to welcome my dear colleagues here, Mahmoud from Classera and Margaret from Intel team. Thank you guys for joining us today, and thank you everyone for being part of this. Today's webinar is about enhanced classroom learning with Intel SFI, ChatGPT AI role playing, and Margaret will take us through the content of this webinar covering the mentioned topic. And I will leave the floor to Margaret. And across the webinar, we are happy to answer all of your questions. Please add your questions to the Q&A tab, and we will answer it whether through the Q&A or live during the webinar. At the end of the webinar, also, we're gonna go through a demo with Mahmoud to show us how to access the content through Classera platform. Thank you, everyone, again. And Margaret, the floor is yours.
Awesome. Thank you all so much. I'm super excited to be here to share about Intel SFI. Today we're going to be doing a quick overview of Intel SFI as well as um, going into one of the specific starter packs. So if you are someone who likes to take physical notes, if you want to have a notepad around, we will have a couple of QR codes if they're working with us today. So having your phone nearby, but we'll also put into the chat. Again, as it was mentioned, feel free to ask questions and put those in the Q&A. And if you are needing us, please just feel free to reach out. Like it has already been mentioned, my name is Margaret Purdue, but to give a little bit more info and background about myself, if you are attending this webinar, a webinar for the first time, or I haven't had the opportunity to introduce myself, I am the community manager for Intel Skills for Innovation. I am an educator by trade. My degree is in elementary education. I taught in the classroom for 6 years. I taught 11 and 12-year-olds. I taught math, science, and communications. So definitely have that lived experience as an educator. I also had the, I wouldn't say joy, but the experience of teaching through COVID. So there is a lot of challenges and things that I was able to go through as an educator during that time, and really have that experience as well in relating to, you know, a lot of the current, you know, challenges and things that are going on in the classroom now. Just to share a little bit about me a little bit more personally, I know it's always nice to kind of see a person and know a little bit more about them rather than you know, just their face on a screen. We live in Kansas in the US, right smack dab in the middle. We have 3 pets. Their names are Luca, Miko, and Milo. Our dog Luca is a Great Pyrenees. She's a giant livestock guardian dog, but thinks she's about 10 pounds and likes to be as close to you as humanly possible. Our 2 cats are, as you can see there, they really truly are best friends. And then in the last picture is my husband, and then our kiddo, he is 4 and in preschool. So super, super fun group, and we are so excited to, like I said, so excited to be here today with you all. The first thing that we're going to do is we are going to do just a little prep on what we know about AI thus far. So if you are familiar with Minty, you can scan this QR code or go to minty.com, and we're going to fill in one of these items. I will also put this in the chat. A little bit of utilizing technology in the classroom. We'll see how well it goes. It's always a toss-up, right? It looks good on paper, and then you go to execute, and it is not what you envisioned. But this is going to just ask us a little question about the experience that you all have with AI. My computer is taking the longest time that it possibly could, but it's trying. And I will reshare my screen.
You might
And
need
if
to
that,
reshare it because maybe it
and
went
if
off.
not, we can just always answer the question
Yeah.
in the chat. So that's what we'll
Yes.
go ahead and do. The question that we are going to post for today, and go ahead and answer in the chat, is what is your experience, or what and how have you utilized AI in the classroom? This could be you using it personally as a teacher. Maybe you've used it to help make lesson plans. Maybe you have integrated it in a lesson. Maybe you really haven't done anything with it at all, and that's why you're here with us today. So put in the chat if you have used AI before, and what have you used? Like, I've used it to create lessons. I've used it to help me, you know, start a writing prompt. I've had my students do X, Y, and Z. So go ahead, and that's what we're going to do right now for the next couple of minutes. Put into the chat What is your experience with AI within your teaching? And it's okay if it is not a lot. It's okay if it's just a very minimal amount. Thank you. We're going to do a couple more minutes as people are thinking. I know it takes a second or two to type out, and I will kind of read those as they are coming through. To create outlines for lessons, lesson plans, and schemes of work. We'll see a few more as those are trickling in.
As your computer is loading, Margaret, I have shared, some
Okay.
people have responded on the Menti link. So,
Thank you. Thank you so
yes,
much for sharing. I'm having a little bit of internet trouble. I'm glad it's just with my browser and not with not with the
yeah.
webcam. Writing lesson plans, yes. Activities, lots of lesson plans, introduce a lesson in gaming, an attention step. I really do love it to help with lesson plans. I think that's a really fantastic way to utilize it. I'm someone who, I really appreciate AI, and what we're really going to be talking about today in the starter pack we're going to be kind of diving into here is, the way that a lot of us are utilizing AI is in a really helpful way, right? We're asking it questions for the lesson plans, for instance. A lot of times I have the idea, right? We know our standards. We have an idea of like, okay, I want to take these kind of concepts or these standards, and I want to be able to integrate them with this, but I want to differentiate it a few different ways. Um, and as an educator, sometimes there are so many different things going on in my brain that's like I can't always find the words to put that on paper. Like it's in my brain, but I can't figure out how to necessarily get it out. And that is a really great resource for utilizing AI and for time saving. But the starter pack we're going to look at today is going to utilize some of those exact same things of, figuring out how to interact with a chat bot so that it is able to get the information that you are asking back, right? Because if we're just entering like, make me a lesson on this, on triangles, that's not going to give us the correct information that we're looking at, right? But as an adult, as an educator, we know kind of what to input to get the correct result or get what we're looking for and help as an aid. So the starter pack we're going to be talking about today is going to really go into that. But before we even do that, I'm going to share a little bit more about skills for innovation in general. If you have heard about skills for innovation, we are so excited that you are joining us again. I'm going to take this, I'm going to steal the screen back, if that's okay, and give just a little bit of information about SFI. We have been seeing in these trends in education, and I'm sure you are also incredibly aware that, we are seeing a shift in job skills and requirements that employers are looking for. And we are seeing that there are 78 million declining roles, but there are also over 170 million emerging roles. And you can see what some of those are here on the screen. Also to the right, you can see what are the specific skills that are really on the rise, that employers and just life skills that are going to be really important for our students to have. So what we have done with this information is we have worked to build the SFI framework and the SFI platform. And what our goal is to really, reinvent how we are utilizing technology in the classroom to help really prepare our students to have those skills that were mentioned so that they are prepared for those 170 million emerging roles. A lot of times I hear individuals or people say, you know, like, we're preparing our students for jobs that don't exist yet. So how do we do that if we don't know what they are? And that's where we can hone in on those specific skills, because if they have that, you know, that analytical thinking, if they have those critical thinking skills, they're going to be able to solve the problems and the different things that come their way. So again, like I said, we're working on integrating technology into existing curriculum, and that's what you'll see in the starter pack that we're going into today. I know, in my time as an educator, it seems like, you know, every few months there was like another thing that we were asked to do. Maybe we're trying to integrate another curriculum or another behavior management situation, and it really can become quite overwhelming as an educator. So what we have done is we have taken existing curriculum standards and we have integrated technology softwares into those specific standards that are being taught. So it's a little bit of a two birds. You're getting the technology, content as well as meeting and teaching that curriculum at the same time. So skills for innovation, if you are not familiar with, a little bit of background and the global impact we have had thus far, we have 140,000 teachers on the platform. We have reached 150 countries. We have 240 ambassadors and over 100 different partners that we are working with Classera in there as well. What we are really doing and really focusing on is finding ways and continuing to find avenues to infuse technology in the everyday teaching and learning, which we are finding is so incredibly important in not only empowering students, but empowering educators as well. So we do that through three main components on the platform. We do that through our professional development, through our starter packs, and through our community. And I'll touch on each one of them real briefly and give you an opportunity to ask any questions if you have them. The first part of our platform is our professional development. Our professional development is housed within it's housed within the SFI platform and has over 180 hours, I believe so, hours of asynchronous professional development that you can go through. I'm hearing that my voice is very low. Is this consistent with everyone? I can try to fix if that is a problem.
No, I can hear you clearly.
Okay.
It was better, yes. Yeah.
Very low. Okay. It's clear. Okay. All right. That's great. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you. And I know you're participating. I know you're listening. But awesome. Thank you. So within the platform, we have these four different levels of professional development. And upon completion of each level or module or course, there is a badge and certificate that is issued to the individual who has completed it. This is fantastic for continuing ed. I know there are a lot of places where there are a certain amount of hours or a certain amount of things that you need to have for continuing ed to potentially keep your license, to meet different requirements. And this is all asynchronous on the SFI platform. These the course certificates can then be turned into admin or whatever the procedure is where you are. It has it is automatically generated with your name, the course, and then the amount of hours that are completed, so that you will be able to track the amount of content that you have been able to go through. There are a variety of different content subjects that we go through, all the way from level 1, just really figuring out, technology at kind of a lower or at a base level, just really starting to get more comfortable, all the way up to, okay, now that I feel comfortable with utilizing these different technologies, how can I work to implement these into my classroom with my students even more? The second component of the platform are our starter packs. We currently have over 120 starter packs ranging K through 12 and in all of our different subject areas. Within the download of any starter pack, you will find 3 main components. This will be the educator guide, the teaching deck, and the working files. The educator guide goes through your learning objectives, the lesson overview, activities, troubleshooting tips, assessments, rubrics, really that pacing guide for you as an educator, giving you that step-by-step instruction to help go through the lesson and really help you feel confident when implementing into the classroom. The second component is the teaching deck. This gives you the introduction to the topic for your students. It has the hands-on activities, the guided learning, and is again what you will put up in your classroom. The last is the working files. It gives you beginner guides for how to use the specific software, how to install different things, again, potentially some troubleshooting items. But the great thing about all of our starter packs, and one component that I really, really love, is with a lot of things, if you download a lesson or download, some content, it is what it is. You can't really go in and kind of change it and customize it. But with our starter packs, everything, once you download, you can edit and customize to best fit the needs of your classroom and your students. So that is incredibly important, especially because we will see things mapped, to specific subject areas or specific grade levels. That is just, where we have put them. That does not mean that they have to stay there, because all of the content can be adapted and modified. You can go in there and say it was, mapped for middle school, but you're like, I'm going to tweak this and add a couple of things, and because it really fits this standard that I'm using at the at the high school, at the secondary level. So that is another really fantastic component of the platform. Within the platform right now, I know since we're talking about AI today, we do have 21 different starter packs that utilize AI. We have a large variety, and the one we're going to be talking about today is the AI role-playing with ChatGPT. The last component before we give you a quick little tutorial about getting onto Classera is our ambassador program and community. Within the SFI platform, we have a community of educators who have completed a specific set of criteria, and we call them our silver and gold ambassadors. Our silver ambassadors have implemented a starter pack and completed a reflection, and have submitted that for review. And then our gold ambassadors have gone through, some specific training and educating others on the SFI platform. And that can also be found on the ambassador tab on the SFI platform as well. We are always looking for educators to join this community. It is continuing to grow, as I had mentioned earlier. So if becoming, a part of that community is something that would be interesting to you, I would love to share more with you about that specifically. If you want to, send me, in the chat if you are interested in that. I would love to share more about how you can get started there. But going to go ahead and hand it over for just a little quick demo on getting on the Coursera platform and being able to find all of that content.
Thank you, Margaret. I don't know if you can see my screen.
Not yet.
All
Let me
right.
stop my share. There we go.
Can you see it now?
Got it. Awesome.
Perfect. So let me take you in a quick demo on how to access the content which Margaret was talking about. We actually have two ways to access this content. The first one is from Coursera's platform. We have a single sign-on through Coursera's platform. Sorry. Once you access through your account, and once also you have this education partner enabled and the Intel SFI, and this is, by the way, can be enabled through Coursera's supervisors, activation supervisor or the partner success supervisor. The school admin can ask for activating this partner or the education partner. And once you click on this icon, it will automatically redirect you to the platform where you can find everything Margaret was talking about. So let's start with a quick preview here. You have the professional development. Of course, this is the platform, and it can be accessed using the same Coursera account. So you'll find that you have been logged in automatically. In the professional development, you will find the professional development tracks and also the starter back activities by Intel and also the ambassador program. I don't know if you would like me to show them the content
Sure.
here. Yes,
Yeah.
Margaret?
You want to go ahead and click overview
Yeah,
since you're already there.
yeah,
Um,
sure.
And then when you go into overview, it'll really give you a full look at kind of all of the content that's available. At the top, you can see that there's an overview and a syllabus that can be clicked on for individuals to kind of go through and look a little bit deeper into all of the specific content for each one of those levels, which can be super helpful when you're kind of going through and trying to find out where you may want to start. It gives a lot of really detailed, information about what is in the professional development, and then in the other one really breaks down what is in each level, each module, as you can kind of see here, for all of the different content. So is a really great resource for where to get started with the PD. Within the, if you go back to our home for SFI, then you will see at the top, you said the starter packs. We have you'll see when you have our Intel, partner, and student, we have 3 different ways to access those items. Can you have that as a PDF file? Yes. So to answer that question, it opens up in a browser, but then you can download it from there as a PDF file. You should be able to download that item from there.
The whole yes file or the whole activity can be downloaded as a compressed file, and you can then open the file and use it or amend any content.
Yeah. So here you can see,
let me show them one of the starter back activities,
sure.
which is this one, for example. And once you open it, you will find the activity description, when and where, and the main purpose of using this activity. Of course, the curriculum, and this is, uh, an image for the activity. Here, you can download the files for each platform, Windows or Chrome. Just want to download it with your desired language. And also, here you can find the activity information, which grade, um, which subject and mindset and skill set. I think Margaret will going to talk more about this concept. But at the end, you can download the activity, and also you can search a specific activity for a specific subject and mindset and skill set from here, from the starter back page.
Yeah, and that's a really helpful component if you go down and where it
Yeah,
says refine.
refine. Yes.
Yep, if you click refine, then it will give you that toolbar, and you'll be able to look through by grade, subject area, even the software that is being used. But again, a reminder that even when you go through and searching this, um, again, it doesn't have to stay in a specific area, right? We can adapt any of this content because we do download it to whatever best fits your needs. And then the last piece, if you want to go to the, actually, I'm going to switch it up. If you go under learning resources, you'll see Intel community webinars. If you click there, you'll get to see all of the past Intel SFI community webinars that we have done. A lot of these go over like specific starter packs, kind of like the one that we're doing today, but from the Intel side hosting. And you can hear, what the different items are. It'll go into, I know like our one with Epic goes really into those different starter packs and different things like that. So another way to kind of learn a little bit more about the SFI platform, and these are all already on there, and the video is in there ready to go. So that
All
is
right.
another.
So, yeah.
Go ahead.
Just a quick one. This was the first way to access the content if you are already a Classera user. So if I'm not a Classera user, I can access the same through the innovative teacher.classera.com, which was holding a competition before, and we're waiting for the next version of it. So I'll send, of course, the link to you. Once you access this and log in or register your account, it will ask you for some information like your email, first name and last name. And also, once you log in, you can log into Intel SFI from here, and it will redirect you to the same platform to check the starter back activities and also the professional development content. And I think, Margaret, we need to talk about the professional development and how many training hours it hold, what topics and the main domains in this
Yeah.
training.
So,
Uh, if you would like to do
well,
so, yes.
sure. So within, you can see there are 4 different levels. It gives you the adaptive technology. And then you can see at the bottom that there are 8 different courses that go with level 1. There are 4 courses for level 2, 3, and 3. So those are kind of scaffold. When we talk about, learning, we start at the level 1, it would be, where our base is. And then as you go up in levels, the content is a little bit more rigorous. When you go into them, they are self-paced. And again, looking at that syllabus and going through is going to give you a really good idea of the specific content. And what I usually do is I encourage people to just either kind of click around or look at the syllabus and scroll through a little bit to see what may be the most applicable to them. because what may be something that one person is needing, it may not necessarily be applicable to someone else. So really looking at these couple of resources is a really great place to start to find a level or a module that would be really, really helpful for a specific individual.
You know what I do like about this, actually, from my side, Margaret, is that it contains everything that the teacher could يعني could have or could develop during. So it has the technology, the technical expertise, or the strategies, the learning strategies, the how to engage your students and everything,
Right.
so they can face and they can handle real problem in this era, right?
Right. Correct. Yes. And so when they go through these different courses, it's going to give them, real applications, and it's going to take them through um, and it's going to take the educator, it's going to ask them like thought-provoking questions or watch little videos or complete little activities that's going to be extremely applicable for them in the classroom and how they can immediately apply the knowledge that they're learning within the professional development. It's giving them those action items immediately to be able to make those implementations in the classroom.
Perfect. All right.
Yes.
So you can have like a minute. I'll send you the link. Just if you would like to register and give us your feedback, you can register. And if you are not a Classera user, of course, you can go to this link and just register, log in, and then you can have this button to redirect you to the platform where you can find the training content, the professional development content, and also the starter pack activities. Of course, if you are a Classera user, it's better to log in through your account at your school.
Mhm.
So it will redirect you with the same account information to the platform and start your professional development. Okay, back
And
to
what I'll
you,
have,
Margaret.
yeah, and what I'll have us do is just as people are getting logged on, I know sometimes following along is always super helpful. So if you once you are logged in, if you want to go under Starter Pack, um, and then go to the Intel SFI or the Intel starter packs, we're going to be looking at the AI role-playing chat GPT starter pack today. That's what we're really going to be looking at. So once you get logged in and you go down to, yep, that one right there, AI role-playing chat GPT, that is the starter pack that we're going to be really looking at today, and kind of going through the content that it has and how to implement. So feel free to download um, and follow along as we're kind of looking through this with the remaining time that we have. I know for myself, always having it in front of me, and it gives me gives you a little bit of practice kind of navigating through the platform. So I'm going to give us just a couple of minutes to get to this screen. If you're having some troubles, let us know. But once you are there, if you can give us a thumbs up, so you are at the AI role-playing chat GPT, that lets us know, one, that you were able to access and get onto the platform, and two, that you are ready to dive into this starter pack with us. And then if you're having a little bit of difficulty, we can help you troubleshoot. So when you get off this webinar, you are not, lost on where to go.
Let me check or repeat this one more time. If you are a Classera user, all what you need to do is to open your account on Classera's platform and just go to the education partner. It should be enabled, and you should have the Intel SFI here. And once you click on this button, it will redirect you to the platform. So if you don't have it, so this means that it is not activated in your school. What you need to do, what you need to do is to refer back to the school admin, and he will ask the Classera team or partner success supervisor to activate this for you.
Okay, so it sounds like if it's not automatically on your Classera, that to
Yeah,
contact admin and then they can
enable
toggle
this.
that on for you. So in the meantime, can they go through the other avenue as well then?
Okay, if it's not activated for now and you need to access, all what you can do is to open this link. I've sent it to you on the chat,
Mhm.
and you can register here at this platform. This is the innovative teacher class .classera.com. This was if you can see a competition that was done last year, and people were recognized from different countries for their developed starter packs. So Intel evaluated their starter packs, and they won different prizes like a super tech computers, and everything, and other things. So you can here log here and register, and also uh, access the content throughout this bot.
Awesome.
All
If
right.
you're okay, I'm going to take the screen
Yeah,
back over
of
because I know
course.
we have just a little bit of time left, and I want to make
Yes.
sure that we get to talk a little bit about this specific starter pack here. So when we are talking about this specific starter pack, we're going to talk more about the teacher-led version today, but just know if you are poking around on the platform, you'll see on the toolbar where it says starter packs, it has the Intel, the partner, and then the student. There is also a student-led version where the students will go through asynchronously through this content as well. The teacher-led version, again, has the lesson overview and all of the different content for you to be able to go through. So the structure of this lesson is to, really develop critical thinking and tap in on imagination through character creation. So understanding the concept of AI language models and its application, and to then reflect and offer an opportunity for students to be able to reflect on, AI and just the different ethical considerations and the potential impact. So again, this could be adapted to a variety of different areas. Maybe you would want to adapt this for a little bit lower and just focus more on the character building and things like that, or taking it all the way into then having even an extension activity about ethical considerations for maybe higher up. So there are some different ways that you can introduce individuals and students to ChatGPT or any sort of, AI assistant. We can clarify misconceptions. You could introduce with a video. There are so many different, hooks to kind of pull them in. And within the teaching deck, it will give you some of those introductions. And you want to be able to discuss with them as well how it is kind of working on the back end. It's not just like this magical thing in the sky or a crystal ball that just is giving you answers, but really, educating them on how is this work, like where is this coming from? It's not just like a magical thing that is happening. And so we can then ask them to look at a little bit of a prompt here. And what I want to show now is I want to show the specific teacher guide for this and how it is so incredibly helpful in the classroom, right? So when you're going through the this PowerPoint or this teacher guide, it is asking you it's asking the students to ask specific questions, right? So it's saying, I am, so this was for the students, what they would be asking into ChatGPT or whatever, AI they may be using. Can you can you be my sidekick in the deserted beach of Havenwood? So that's, you know, their starting spot, right? And then the next thing that we're going to do, like this is what we would do in the classroom, is you're going to provide a little bit more content. You're like, okay, this is the name of the individuals. This is what I would like them to maybe look like. These are the specific personality traits and abilities. So then it gives them the instruction to prompt with, as my sidekick character, your name is, they enter, you have a vibrant personality with pink hair and the ability to fly. I don't know, right? But this is where they're getting to start to input information and utilize those skills of like, I'm just not typing in, write me a short story, enter, right? But the students are learning how to give specific information, right, to engage, where it's still their items, right? They're coming up with the name, the personality, the appearance, but then we're utilizing the tool to help bring the story to life. So then we can continue to ask it more questions, and that's what you would do with your students. And you can take this as far or make it as short as you would like. This could be a quick activity. Can you create more exciting ideas for X, Y, or Z? So that when you are into the platform, then it will show you all of these items. I'm going to go ahead and pull up one of the examples from the teaching deck to show you real quick as well. At this point, though, I want to ask if there are any questions thus far. I know that is a lot of information, questions on any type of integration. I will say I know that there are, different stipulations on AI tools in different schools, districts, things like that. Again, this does not necessarily have to be used with the ChatGPT platform. It could be used with a different one that is approved by your admin or your district. But this is a really, really great way to start that introduction with students on being able to utilize for a variety of different areas. And we're utilizing, what is really great about this is that we are utilizing this in a way that is showcasing, it's a positive use case for AI, right? We're not just taking the prompt, right, and then putting it into ChatGPT and letting it spit out an entire assignment for us, right? We are giving it specific information that or the students are coming up with in their brain to facilitate a specific story. So as we can see here, as we go through, this is the teaching deck, and it gives all of these different examples for our students on that implementation. And, what is role playing even? My screen is loading again. So this will really give them an opportunity to go through, and then at the end of this, they can share their stories. If we're just using it as a writing feature, we can talk about the ethical considerations if we're wanting to take it in more of a of that round. What are what could be some specific problems of having this type of of content available, what may be some fallbacks. So this is a really great introductory way to get started with utilizing and integrating an AI chatbot into the classroom in a way that is controlled, because you are working with the students on what is being and giving them very specific instructions on what is going into it. And then you are able to have and facilitate a discussion about, you know, what are some of the positives, what could be some of the drawbacks of utilizing this type of technology. So it's you know, kind of twofold in that they're getting the experience, but then also having the discussion of, you know, when could this be a good thing and when could it maybe be more problematic? So they are being educated on this and not just, you know, thrown into the wild with misinformation or potentially not having the skills that they may need for this specific content. At this time, I want to open it up if there are any other questions. I will say and remind that this is available in the student-facing version as well. In the student-facing version, this is, again, it is set up more like the professional development in more of an asynchronous manner. So instead of being the teacher guiding through, this would be more self-directed. So that is another avenue that would be available if you're wanting to try something else as well. Again, I know we have a little bit of time left, but wanted to see if there were any questions about skills for innovation, professional development, starter packs in general, the ambassador program, being able to access SFI from Classera, anything, are the specific starter pack that we were able to cover this morning. We would love to answer any of those items. So if you're, I think that if you're not able to see under the education, when you go into Classera, that means that admin, so whoever is in charge of your Classera account would need to toggle on SFI. So then you would be able to access, and everyone would be able to access SFI for that individual who would ask that question.
Perfect.
Awesome. I think
Yeah.
there were a couple questions, maybe not. I'm going to give a little bit of time in case somebody thinks of something. Again, there are over 20 different starter packs that are utilizing different AI features. So it is, again, a really, really great way to get started. The last piece that I would like us to do before we go out today is we talked about a lot of information. We talked about professional development, starter packs, community. What is one piece of information that you are going to take with you today? It could be the professional development. It could be you're like, oh, okay, I really like this starter pack. It could be, I want to learn more about becoming an ambassador and implementing a starter pack. So what I would ask is to type in the chat, what is the piece of information that you are going to take with you from the session today, and what is going to be your next step with the info. You know, you're like, I want to get started with, I want to look through the PD and get started there, or I am going to, you know, make sure to talk to my admin so I can access SFI on on the Classera platform. So I'm going to give you a minute to type in the chat those items, and you'll have the opportunity to read some of the others in the chat as well, as we are starting to wrap up as well. Classera user. All of the all of the content that you can access on the SFI platform is completely free. So if you have, if you're a Coursera user and you have access to the SFI on the education tab, then you can access any of the starter packs. And we have a ton that are aligned to science and those different standards. The professional development, awesome. I didn't know if there, oh, looks like if there are any other items that need to be covered or any housekeeping things, hand it back over as we kind of wrap things up for this session for today. Mhm. Any other information that you would like to share from the Coursera side, events coming up, things that people need to know? I wanted to check if there was an English content. Yes, they're all subject levels, K through 12. Yes, you can click that refine button and go and search the specific content there.
Let me share this one again.
Sure.
Yeah. If I'm here and I open the Intel Starter Pack activities here, I'll be able to search the subject itself by clicking on this button, the refine button.
Refine
Then
that.
I'll have this ribbon. I can search the grade and also the subject language, I believe, right?
Mhm. Yes, you can search STEM. Yeah, and then you can check for the different skill sets and mindsets as well. So for
Yeah.
the individual asking about for computer subjects, we have the STEM and STEAM and different areas in there as well. So you can search by that, or if you're looking, if it's for computer for a specific software, you can refine by the specific software being utilized as well.
All right. I think that's everything. You can gain a lot of certificates, of course, once you finish every professional development course, and you can access these certificates from here. Let me show you.
Yes. The starter packs, there's not a specific certificate for if a teacher implements a starter pack. However, if there's a certificate for the student-facing starter packs, so kind of like with the professional development, if a student completes the starter pack, they will get, the teacher can then issue a certificate for them. But the only certificates issued for educators would be through the professional development.
Yeah, and once you finish a course, you can see your certificates here from the My Certificate button. Of course, this is a test account, so I didn't have any certificate. It's not even my account.
But that's where you can see them, yes.
All right. Let me share the link once again. If you are not a Coursera user or you don't have the Intel SFI button, but if you are a Coursera user, I prefer you can check with the
Go
admin and
through,
allow it
yes.
within the system so it can capture the same school information, the same information you have, uh, and not to repeat the process again and to keep the progress in one place, you know? Uh, so Ibrahim, if you don't have it and you are a Clasera user, it's better to have it enabled in the Clasera platform. This is better. But also, of course, you can access through this link um, and register your information and everything. Yes, I understand, Ibrahim. Thank you. So
Awesome. Well,
only
thank
the
you so
school
much
admin
for
can
having.
allow it. Yeah.
Yes, only school admin can toggle that on. So if you are if you're having
Yes.
that trouble, talk to the
Yeah.
person in
Nurhan.
charge of your class, Sarah, and say,
Okay.
"Hey, turn that on. I want to access this."
It's free. It's free.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't cost you. Just turn it on so I can
Yeah, yeah,
do this.
exactly. And Nurhan, as you said, yes, if I registered in this platform, this means I'm registering a new user with a new information, and it shouldn't belong, or it doesn't have to belong to the same school and everything. Yeah, without your Clasera's account, of course. All right. Any other questions, everyone? So let's wrap our session today. I think yeah, we have discussed many things today, how to access the content and what are the starter packs and the AI and the role of ChatGPT in education and how it elevates the education techniques and everything we do to add more value to the community. Of course, we welcome you in our next webinar, of course, on the 19th of Feb. We have very good news, actually, especially for Arab speakers and also for the Clasera users. We have we're going to release something we have been talking about for a little bit long, yes.
So join
So
us on the
yeah,
next webinar for
see you.
special surprise.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Margaret, for attending today and having
Yes.
and of course taking us to this level and joining this journey. Of course, thank you to Hussein and also for all uh, attendees. We had the pleasure to have you today. Thank you so much and looking forward to see you again and again. Thank you.
We'll
Bye.
hopefully see you guys on the 19th.
Exactly. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you.